shout out to you for finding my secret second channel, even though you probably found it from the Zebra video. I reviewed him live on Twitch, and he even showed up in chat too, so think of this video as the extended cuts. Anyways, enjoy. There's like 3 parts I want to structure the Zebra video around. Of course, there's like the main stuff about Zebra being Zebra, Doomfist fundamentals, the perks, like the normal general stuff about the video. The second part I want to make the video on is like the counters, so to say. Or like, if you don't know, in this lobby, King Donut, he goes, Orisa. He swaps into Orisa, and obviously Zebra wins. So that's the second part of the video I want to make on, right? How do you play Doom into your counters? And then Winston is the third part of the video, because Zebra isn't just a Doom player. Doom gets banned quite often in ranked. Zebra also plays Winston, for those who don't know. Right? It's the second most played tank, I think. He plays a little bit of Diva too. Of course, he's going to play the dive tanks, right? But I want to see his Winston. I saw a little bit of it on Lijiang, and he was playing into a Bastion, right? And for those who don't know, I also made a TikTok about why counter-swapping is bad and why counter-swapping is chuddy, okay? Why you shouldn't counter-swap, okay? And he's able to play Winston into Bastion. I think that's going to be an interesting thing to look at too. Zebra is very flashy in his montages, and I don't think that necessarily translates to his gameplay, because not everything that he does is very flashy, and actually he tries and does some flashy stuff, and misses it, hits it half the time. I think Zebra's fundamentals, from what I was looking at on Oasis here, were very good. Okay, we'll see here. Okay, cheeky punch there to try and punish the Hazen. I think that's a fair play to do, and I haven't really got many complaints about that punch there. It's going to be good, it is going to be good. What DS? Hans leaps in with wall, and also his leap too. Now, what Zebra's about to do is going to surprise you, but Zebra's about to knock the Haz off the map here. And I'm curious as to how this happens, because it shouldn't happen. So I need to watch from the Haz's POV, but like, okay, so Haz backs off, and then tries to wall climb, and then Zebra just punches him as the wall, and then you can't wall climb. So, did he not have enough distance to wall climb it off? Like, what actually happens here? I think, okay, so the micro is that he tries avoiding the punch with the drop-off. This is also a really important punch micro. You can actually debate a lot of people by charging up the punch and scaring people, and people on Doom this a lot don't hold their punch, right? There's a little bit of a grace period when you fully charge your punch. You can hold it for a little bit. Thanks for the follow, by the way, Lego Pix. Appreciate it. Enjoy your stay. You can actually hold it. So this is baiting the Haz wall climb essentially here. So Haz hasn't got wall climb and he can't dodge the punch anymore. So King Donut fucks up here, gets punched into the wall, and I think he tries wall climbing. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Tries going for it. I think because he thinks that he can't actually reach it, probably. Really important Haz tip, by the way. Wall your fucking feet, okay? Like, I know this is a Zebra bod here, by the way. I'll get back into Zebra in a moment, right? But if you're Doom here, right? Wall your fucking feet, bro. Wall your feet. Why wall this? Okay. Oh my god, I'm gonna get so tilted right now. This wall does nothing, right? And then you leap in, you don't even wall climb and use your own wall. If you use your own wall, you can't get punched off by fucking Doomfist, right? So either leap in, oh my god, fucking lag, man. Either leap in, shift, right? And then wall your feet, and then you can't get punched by Doomfist. Or if you're gonna wall this, right? Leap to your wall, and then wall climb your fucking wall, so you can actually live, right? Is the point. Okay, but yeah, Zebra kill there. Right, Doom has his thing has. Soft engage, reasonable. How many of you, in chat by the way, would have fed your brains out here? So many of you would have just would have slammed in and then tried to greet a punch on backline and then would have fucking died and made it a 4v4. I know every single person in you would have done that. I know Big Fresh, I know you would have done that shit too. I know you would have done that shit. I'm glad he doesn't greet it. Power block here, also really important, and I know Big Fresh when I coached you for a bit, we talked about this too. The power block visual aggro, right? Look at this. This is a really good power block, right? Slow it down. The whole squad, the whole gang is staring at him. I mean, not Olavi, right? But the important people are staring at the Doomfist right now. Primarily being the Soldier and the Cassidy, right? Or I got the other way around, right? But these two characters are staring straight at the Doomfist. And obviously, a really important thing, and I think this is so important for Dooms to understand, and I mentioned it when I was covering Kati Fan and I forgot his name, it was another number one Doomfist in EU, but please, when you power block as Doomfist, look at the people looking at you. Look at their eyes. Right? What is Wanted looking at? What is Courier looking at? Where their eyes directed, right? Don't pay attention to whether you actually charge punch or not. This is just a proxy. This is just proxy, right? Actually look at the eyes of the people that you want punch off, right? This is really, really important. But anyways, point being that if ZBRA doesn't get punch here, if he doesn't charge punch, it doesn't matter. This is still a good power block regardless, because the visual aggro he's taking is very high. Of course here, he does get power block, right? But again, it's a proxy. He doesn't need to get it for it to be a good power block. So, yeah, I think that's really important to understand. And I think, again, I think Sparlow, Chris, and Ralph had a debate about coaching and stuff like that, right? Don't judge things off outcomes, judge things off a principle, right? The principle there is the aggro that you're taking, the eyes, right? Who's looking at you? It's not whether you get power block or not. It's not the outcome, right? Again, I think that's really important for Doom players to understand, because you can get, especially in Plat as well, you can get really bad power blocks, and still get punched because it's fucking Platinum, you know, and people are gonna be shooting you. Okay, that is a terrible punch, by the way. That is a. Okay, okay, I can maybe get away with it, right? But like, I would have just cancelled this because you're not hitting a Lari, right? Like, you forced the outburst by your shit aura, right? So just cancel the punch and then just make the Alari move, right? Like, you don't need to like force this play. I will say though, notice, and this is actually, there's two concepts here, right? So again, really good power block, right? Literally the whole gang, I'm pretty sure Courier as well, who's behind the Alari, is looking at ZBRA, right? So again, really good power block, even if he doesn't get punched as a result, and of course he's gonna get punched as a result, right? Refreshes the punch cooldown too, so really good power block too. What I will also say, and I think this is less intentional of ZBRA's part, is the position, right? Look at ZBRA's angle. Who on the enemy team right now, on anyone on this team, who can actually clear ZBRA? Right? No one can actually clear ZBRA if you really deep it for a second, right? If ZBRA really wanted to, he could slam right now and leave. If he really wanted to. Of course he doesn't need to right now, right? He's got punch, he doesn't need to. But the point being is that ZBRA as a character and Doom as a character, you're way more mobile than every single character in this comp. So use it, right? You can hide in these angles right here behind the enemy team, and they can't do shit about you, right? You're extremely hard to clear. So if you're Wanted, if you're GLaDOS, right? If you're these characters, Lari too to some degree, right? And you see a Doom behind you, you're like, oh well, if I go forward, right? Well, ZBRA's gonna punch me with a power punch. But also, I can't really clear ZBRA, because if I try and clear ZBRA, well, these guys are gonna come and shoot me, and ZBRA's gonna run away. So what do I do here? You're stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? Of course, the solution in a team environment is your hazardous zones and then your backlink clear, right? In a team environment. But this is right, so that's not gonna happen. But yeah, I think, again, from an individual point of view, this is positionally a good punch. Power block, really good too. And you're gonna see him hit the Lari too. But I'm gonna look at this Doom micro here, because the Doom micro is really good. So obviously, it's just soft engaging here, right? If Wanted isn't actually pushing. Also, why is Wanted pushing forward? By the way, can we just take a moment? He shouldn't. Wanted should be baiting. He should be here with his Alari or with his Baptiste, right? Either you swing this corner with your Alari, or you stack on your Bap and you walk, right? Don't walk on your own when there's a Doom behind you that you haven't cleared. Regardless, anyways. The micro here is really important. Of course, if Wanted wasn't here, Doom would punch out, you slam in, right? Epic Ben is fucking up here. You slam in, and then punch out, run over away. That's what your normal engage would be, right? This is really important. How do you hit your follow-up shots on Doom, right? How do you make sure you get the kill here? Because loads of Doom players, and I know loads of you in chat, would have not gotten this kill. You would have hit the punch, you would have got to social half HP, and you wouldn't have gotten the kill. So how do you know, or how do you predict the shots, or know where Wonder's moving? Is the question, right? And this was a question that I posed way back a year ago in my Tracer video. I'm not sure if you guys know, Zera on Team Lit, was Nightmare at the time, right? In Hangzhou, he was hitting a load of pulse bombs, right? And the question was how? How was he hitting so many pulse bombs? Right? I think the guy in chat who learned Hello Tracer for me, right? You might want to hear this. It's the exact same advice, right? It's when you engage onto a target, they're trying to move to a place of safety, most times, right? Sojourn, if you're Wanted right now, where are you going to move? If you're Wanted, right? Why would you ever, as Sojourn in this situation, why would you ever want to slide left? Why? It makes zero sense to do that, right? So if you're ZBRA, you know that when you punch the Sojin here, she has to move to the left, right? So what you can do here, if I go, actually I'm gonna go point 1 here. I'm gonna go really slowly so you guys can see this. Really slow. Right, look at this crosshair, right? Soldier's currently to his left right now. Hits him into the wall, right? So obviously, easy shot, right? Shot is really easy to hit. The first shot is really easy. Soldier's stationary, right? But he moves his crosses to the left, right? And now, Wanted is currently completely off Zibra's crosshair, right? Completely off of it, right? And it's actually Wanted who does most of the movement. So what he does here, again, is keeps his crosshair the same because he knows that Wanted's going to move into it, right? Because Wanted has to move back to safety. He's going to slide over here. He just knows it's going to happen, right? Because why would you ever slide anywhere else as Sojin in this situation? So Wanted does the hard work for him. Hits the head here. I think the hitbox gets slightly manipulated because of the slide thing, right? But hits the head perfectly, right? I think it would have been a body shot if he didn't slide anyways, right? But he doesn't do much of the moving. It's actually Wanted that does most of the moving on the crosshair. And as a result, hits the immediate follow-up kill, right? So it's the same advice as Pulse Bomb. It's thinking about where does the enemy player want to move in terms of safety. Safety is the big metric you're thinking about. And it's the same thing with Pulse Bomb, right? And I have a saying when I coach Pulse Bombs, it's how, or like 5 seconds before you pulse a target, you should already know where they're gonna move. It's a bit hyperbole, right, when I say that. But the point is that when you engage into a target, and they're looking at you, right? They know that you're there. They're going to move away from you to a place of safety, often to their backline, right? And that's the general point that I want to get across. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to phrase that in the video. That's quite a long explanation, but that's the thing I wanted to highlight there because I think a lot of Doom players wouldn't have gotten this kill. But yeah, controversial. I'm a loser, right? Cast on the angle, finish the cash, right? Easy, right? Again, I don't know why players do this. It's like, if their frontline hasn't cleared, or you haven't cleared their frontline, right? Don't walk, right? We just saw Wanted walk forward when Zebra hasn't been cleared, and now we just saw Courier walk when his Haz isn't back, and when Zebra hasn't been cleared yet, right? Like, I don't get why so many hit scans and support players, again, I talked about Aspen doing this too. I don't know why they just walk for no reason. I don't know why. So, Zebra right now has 2 choices, right? He can either go backline, go Baptiste, he can go Alari, or he goes Hazard, right? Why does Zebra go Hazard is the question to ask, right? And this is actually a choice that a lot of tank players need to make, right? I talked about it a little bit in my Ryan video, right? Between, do you zone backline, do you dive backline, or do you punish their frontline, right? Is a choice, or choices that you'll have to make a lot of the time when you're playing tank, right? Now, Zebra chooses the punish Haz option. Now, why is that? I think, firstly, these guys aren't doing much, right? Ilari's doing currently fuck all right now, and Bap is currently doing fuck all right now, right? Secondly, it's just easy to punish Haz. I mean, look at this Haz, right? No armor, completely isolated from his backline at all, right? And it's in a punishable location. So, I think it's really important for, again, this actually goes outside of Doomfist, right? This isn't just on Doom, it's tank fundamentals, right? But again, I know a lot of Doom players, I know a lot of you in chat would have just gone straight for the Baptiste and would have died, right? Or would have gone straight for the Ilari and would have gone outbursted and would have died, right? And would have done fuck all, right? So again, I think Zebra makes the right move here off principle. I think if Haz does have armor here and had a better wall, I think there is an argument to just zone backline instead, right? Because you're not gonna do shit to a fucking Haz with armor, let's be real, right? I think not having armor is important. Okay, the Orisa counter swap. Dramatic music entails, right? Let's see how Zebra plays this. Now, if I was coaching a Doomfist here, and they just counter swap to Orisa, there's like 2 main things. I think Get Quick Done has made like an Orisa, he made like an anti-Orisa video like a while ago. I'm gonna echo the same kind of advice, basically, right? The first thing, I don't think he actually mentions this, but the first thing is spacing, right? If this is Orisa, God, this is Orisa? Right, this is you, right? Big, smelly Doomfist player. You need at least like 50 meters of spacing. Roughly, if not more. The reason why is that you really don't want the Orisa to match you up front really close and javelin into a wall and kill you, right? If you're really up close to Orisa like this, you're gonna get speared and fucking cooked. So you need a little bit of spacing. It's the exact same thing if you're playing Doom into Sombra 2, by the way. You need spacing so it's hard for the Orisa, Sombra, whoever's going on to you, to come at you. I think that's really important. Second thing is that when you do engage, you need to play those locations, like I mentioned here, right, a little bit earlier. These locations here, where it's really hard for the enemy team, or in this case the Orisa, to come and force you out. She's either too slow, you're on too aggressive of an angle, or you're on high grounds, right? So I think that's also an important thing to note there too. See, come on, can the fight actually happen? There we go. Let's engage there, get out charged, right? It's housing information too. Okay. And already, right, you're seeing the spacing, right? Notice how he glimpsed for a second there and lost 100 HP. If he stayed on this corner for any longer amount of time, or even stayed around here, he's getting fried, bro. Or even here. Here would have been a mistake too, because you're just going to get fried from these angles here. So the spacing's really important against Orisa. Really important. Again, I know tons of Doom players that would have greeted the punch here onto the backline. Don't do this into Orisa. You will just die. You will get giga cooked. Okay. Soft engage there. I think that's fine too. I think he's just farming up his ult here, to be honest. Yeah, okay. I get why he power blocks this. I just think the DS is just not... It's already half done, you know? Like, he's not going to get punched as a result. So I get it. Oh, right. You guys remember what Chris said? Right? Where, like, doing something out of principle is way more important than relying on the outcome. This is a bad power block. This is a straight up bad power block, right? And he gets punched anyways. Why? I don't know. I don't know why they're farming up this guy's punch. I don't fucking know, right? But he gets it. Now, was that a good power block? No, it wasn't, right? Because you can't rely off a DS to get punched reliably when it's halfway done, and then it was halfway done there, right? If Soldier just shot it, then sure, I think that's fine, right? But not a good power block there, in my opinion. They're not terrible, right? But not great either. Okay, goes on the Orisa, right? Has gotten power punch, so we can get away with this, right? And gets his ult too. Goes right there, fine, right? Again, nothing complicated there, right? Just take an angle where you can see backline, get a good punch, get meter strike, right? Completely reasonable, no issue there. Okay. Hog now, we're going fucking hog, are we dead ass? King Donut, you can't be that desperate for the SR, bro. Woo! Bro, I get jump scared when I see hog on my screen, man. Yeah, notice how patient he is, by the way, because he knows if he goes in, he's gonna get fucking fried by Cass fucking hog. Now he goes in, yeah, there we go. When they're rotating, good cover usage as well, backing off. Good spacing. Is power block here decent? Yeah, I think his power block's reasonable here, right? He knows that he's going to take aggro a lot from the BAP cast, right? I'm actually okay with this power block here. Alright, punch is going to be juicy. Cancels it. Oh, doesn't punch it because he can't see shit. Appreciate that, Diva. Checks hog so he knows if he can engage or not, and he knows the spacing from the hog. Ooh. Okay, how does he miss this, bro? Come on. Diva, come on, buddy. Come on. We gotta be hitting this. We gotta be hitting this. Low genuinely, bro. Overshoots it. Sad. Sad. Okay. Keeping the angle, sure. The skeleton on carry. Like, why? Bro. Oh, I'm so tired of dogshit TPS players, bro. Like, why would you walk in when you know Zebra has empowered punch behind you, bro? I hope it's more. Okay. Ooh! What a good punch! Cancels the slide there. Has Winston got double slide? Hasn't got it yet. Damn, bro. If he none of the reason my double slide is broken, by the way. If he got double slide, he gets out of there alive. He might still get out of it alive, to be fair. A really good punch though, of course. Forces thingy. Power block's good too. Might need to slam away, doesn't need to because he got cover. A ballsy ass punch. Really ballsy punch. I would not think to punch that, honestly. I would not think to punch that at all. I would low key. If I wanted, right, I would let my hog take the aggro, go behind the middle pillar, and then low genuinely just hope and pray that like my hog just takes the punch and I don't get punched by proxy, right? But yeah, I think that's a bit of a bland punch there. I'm not saying that I hate it. I don't know how I feel about it. Because yes, Soldier hasn't got slide. You haven't got lamp here. You hit the punch, so you know you're gonna get a kill as a result, right? But yeah, I think on the whole, the more I think about it, I think the more I like the punch. I think if he misses it, it's still fine anyways, right? It's still got slam. The more I you love saying low genuinely, it's a part of my addiction, bro. At this point, the brain water has seeped in. I'm sad to say. But yeah, and the more I think about it, the more I like the punch. Because there's less risk to it, even if he doesn't hit it. Again, I think one thing that's interesting with Zebra that I've looked at so far is that when he's 10 off his ultimate, he will just soft engage and play really, really slow to get his ult. That's an insane hook. What the fuck? He literally heard the hog. He heard him and then double backed, and then somehow Hog has moved his fat fucking cheeks to hook Zebra, bro. Insane hook. Good reading out by the Riang, to be fair to. Shout out Chinese Mike. Is that a Danny Brown reference? You know, yeah, you know the reference. You know the reference. You know, yeah, you know. I know you're the only person in chat who gets that reference. Yeah, I think that's reasonable engage there, right? That means reasonable. Also, notice how the Babcasts have walked here for no fucking reason. They haven't let the Hog walk. I'm just tired, man. I'm gonna cry about it till the fucking cows come home. Is that like backlines don't know when to walk. They don't know how to do retakes. It just sucks. Okay, woo! Go hook. Okay, he needs to be careful here though, because there's no ultimates to hard engage. So he needs to be careful. Okay. That's the worst window of all mankind. I don't love staying here. I have a feeling he might get hurt. He might leave here. Yeah, because like you're gonna get cleared, right? Like that's the risk.
It's go time.
I get why he's doing it though, right? Because if he's unscouted here, he could in theory like again hard engage and go for a punch here, right? If he's unscouted here, so I get why he's doing it. But he's not sure he's gonna get cleared from there. Okay, surely go height, right? I mean, okay, literally just kills the fucking everyone. Sure. Can we get environmental? Oh, almost got the hog there. Oh my days! Holy shit! Speak about flashy. And also, by the way, the hog should really be here right now. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I talk about hog a lot, it's stuffing, right? You cannot let the Doom Tracer set up. You cannot let that happen, right? So King really needs to be pushing early and pushing the advantage here, which is why I think this looks so risky to me. Because I would be expecting Zebra to get hooked there. I'm not gonna lie. I would hook to stuff me. Alright, bro. Imagine though, my favorite types of punches plays. Yeah, I know. If imagine you hit the punch though onto the loser, right, and get the kill, right? Yeah. Okay. Furia gets a kill on the Britchley. I don't want the staging to be fair though. Like he's got a power punch right now, he's pathing around the hog right now, right? This is all fine to me. Punch is he punch a wall? Can someone explain to me what the punch what was that punch? What's the point of that? Can someone explain to me? Like genuinely, what are we doing here, bro? Miss input. Honestly, that might be a good joke to have. The Charlie miss input meme. That came to mind. Okay, he comes up, go Kiri, sure, go backline. Obviously, you can't fucking front to back a hog, right? So, I did meet the slam there, low genuinely. I feel like with Doom, you need to be so proactive to be able to take space though, so greedy for kills is entirely trolling. That's a good point, but I think if you know Doom should be playing here and playing really, really close, right? And stuffing this corridor. Where I would like Zebra to go is the path around, right? Like, slam up here. If Hog is here for some reason, punch out, right, and you should be okay. Or punch deeper. Oh shit. I'm like, but just punch deeper away. I think that has a good point. But just stage around the hog, right? Play spaces that he can't play is what I would say, and that is proactive. Okay, anyway, so the main thing I want to cover here. Oh my god, bro, the lag is crazy. Anyways, is the Bastion. Now, the main thing here is loads of you will genuinely stop of Winston here. And I get it. And by the way, Doom's banned, if you don't know. That's why Zebra's not on Doom here. Of course he would be on Doom here, right? The Honor Zen makes his job a lot easier. Because Bastion can't peek in the LOS of Zen and Honor. So the really important things that Zebra needs to do is A, LOS. Right? Make sure that you're actively within LOS of your Honor Zen. And B, spacing, right? make it really hard for the Bastion to come and reach you. Again, same thing against the Orisa that I mentioned a bit earlier too, right? But, oh my god. So, that's basically that's not amazing, but I think it's fair because the Honor Zen is, like, again, they should have, I mean, the scores on the ball, right? Okay. They're just playing slow, ball's been forced out here, right? Going for a jump's reasonable. 6-7, 6-7, yeah? Can we get some 6-7s in the chat? 6-7. Okay, Kira just dies. Goats, go behavior. Okay, missed the right click because he's not the goat. Actually, whoa, what is that? Whoa, 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 whoa. What are we bubbling here? What are we bubbling? I mean, why would we bubble this? I don't quite know. I mean, Bastion's far away. We're not engaging with the Bastion here. Bubbling just for fun? I mean, it looks like it, to be honest, right? I don't know why we're bubbling this. Maybe we just take a lot of pressure and we get scared. Yeah, because we lost. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, like that's what it looks like to me. Is that we lost our armor, we got scared, and then we're like, oh shit, I need to bubble, right? Bubble's really not good here. And if yeah, he needs a space. He needs space now because he can't hold space. Play further away. Play further away. Play further away. Alright, play further away, bro. This is the most telegraphed shit in the world. Play here. Play here. Play here. Or play here. Space away after you lose bubble, bro, because you can't hold us anymore. There we go. There's no fucking commands. I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, I know some Winstons really are into the fight will bubble early to like get right clicks. Bring around the fucking we missed the fucking jump, bro. Jesus. Oh my god! Let's not low genuinely die to a fucking echo, bro, please. We have a primal. Okay, we're tickling echo. Tickle, tickle, tickle. I'll let you know when I'm done making something we said in my report. Lucky, can we just do it tomorrow? Because I low-key CBA. Okay, Bastion form. Whoa, whoa! I will say, right, like, the way he's playing, like, I want to watch the Zen's POV. Because... Okay. Harmony there? Discord on the Bastion, yeah. So he gets Discord off, even though he doesn't actually do much damage there, right? It's just so hard for the Bastion to peek, right? Because and retakes on this map are really hard too, because wherever you peek, you're gonna be in Bastion, Zen or Loas anyways, right? Like, it's gonna be really tough. Why is Zebra here? Why are you here? How are you here? Who told you were here? Don't watch this? Yo, bro, Potter gave me codes, bro. Why? I was about to end stream after this fucking map. Why are you here? By the way, I think I will watch your Doomfist on Oasis, by the way. I think it was pretty good on the whole. I think your power box are really good. Bro, why are you here? Who told you? My internet is being awful. I can't hear anything. GG. Well, unlucky, bro. So they duplicate, right? Bro is a form. No, let's jump the duplicated, waved Bastion in form, bro. Let's do that. Why not? In fact, the wave saves you. Look, genuinely, the wave saves you. It boots you back, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It actually saves you. Okay, so first of all, staging's ass. Like, we're jumping from main, right? Because we could have just played wider for no. We could just literally play wider instead of front to backing a Bastion in duplicate. But regardless, right? Could have played wider. Also get Scuff Touch. Genji's dead. Having to jump a Bastion here, which is not great. Double to block the Bastion out there. Trying to connect on backline. We're low genuinely cooked. Okay. Oh my god! Okay. Goes for Kerry, sure. Doesn't get the kill. Goes for Wuyang, sure. Doesn't get the kill. I mean, his staging was ass there, to be fair, so I don't think that's much he could have done. This is Zebra. Why are you... Bro, what the fuck? But there's also really important positioning, right? Again, look at their comp, right? There's barely any characters barring Ball that can force out a Doomfist here, right? I think it's really important to understand this too. If the ball goes on Doom, that's creating space for your Widowmaker and for your backline, right? So you're actually fine with that. If ball doesn't go on Doomfist here and instead goes for backline, well, Zebra's actually on a really good angle to punish the Junkrat and the Wuyang here. So I like calling these angles aggressive but safe. I call it ANS. Again, they're actually a good punch. Let's go slam it onto the Kiri. Good soft engage. Good punch out right. Good Doom from Metal too, which I like. Good cover usage here too. Right, nice cover usage. Punch is reasonable here as well. I think a punch is fine. You got power block here too. If you hit the punch here, you kill the Liang. I think, again, I'm fine with the punch here in principle, right? Even though you don't hit the punch. Live block's good too, right? There's 3 people looking at you. Again, really important. I mentioned this a bit earlier into the stream, right? But power block the people looking at you. Okay, you can get a good power block without following punch. I think that's the really important takeaway. I appreciate you guys being here. Very grateful. And yeah.